Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sasha Andrik, and today's video I'll be analyzing my hot lap around Suzuka circuit, inspired by 2024 Japanese Grand Prix pole sitter Max Verstappen, setting a time of 1:28.197. But before we get into all that, let me show you the gear. My current setup is a belt-driven Thrustmaster TGT2 paired with the SF1000 Formula 1 wheel with upgraded paddle shifters and the stock pedals that come with the TGT2 packet, all tied in together with the PlayStation 5. Alright, here we go. DRS wide open, main straight, full send. Nothing really to overanalyze here, just send it. As you approach the first turn, it's a pretty quick entry, so you can bite a little bit of a curb, but notice that the turn to the right tightens as you continue, so it's a healthy balance of braking just enough to slow down the car to keep the grip and make the turn. And downshifting, you don't want to overbrake to lose too much momentum. You don't want to underbrake and lose the track limits, launch yourself over in the runoff area. So right here, I'm more than likely either in 6th or already here. I'm definitely in the 5th gear, keeping the line and getting as close as I can to this curb, inside curb right here, which is, by the way, very unforgiving. If you're going to run the setup, I'm going to show you at the end of the video. So be mindful of that. You can bite a little bit of it, don't overcommit, otherwise you're spinning out or getting launched across to the left across the track limits. 5th gear, back to 6th gear, entering the sweepers, very technical part of the track where it boils down mostly to being in the right gear, right time, and just enough on the throttle. So it's throttle control, maybe a dash of braking if you must, but you should be able to pass this with no braking, just controlling the throttle and the gear you're in. The entry turn, pretty forgiving curb, you can bite a little bit of it. The next one right here, very unforgiving. This is as close as I get to it, and keep the grip, keep all 4 wheels on the track. Again, bite too much of it, you're going into a spin. Keep the line, throttle control, brake a little if you must, just tap it. Long sweeping right. You can stay closer to the curb. Again, very unforgiving with this setup, so I tend to stay away from them. And then the long sweeping left. This curb here is my arch nemesis, along with the turn 9 that's coming up here shortly. This is why I took a very conservative approach to this curb. You can get a little bit closer, but this apex here, this curb punished me so many times. I'm deathly afraid of it, so I just stay away from it, and I don't think it cost me a whole lot of time in the grand scheme of things. Good exit. Keep accelerating, 7th gear. Now this next turn, it's a right-hand turn. It's a pretty quick turn with the forgiving curb. If you can see, I'm pretty much all over it. Just be mindful of the track limits here. You can bite a lot of this curb to maintain your speed, but just be mindful of the track limits. I do it in the 6th gear because I'm setting myself up for the entry in the turn 9. I've been able to do it in the 7th gear, but at the price of harder braking. Setting myself for the next turn, and more often than not I would lock up. So I recommend the 6th gear, but if you can do it in 7th, do you. Going in, turn 9, down to 4th gear. The entry is very important. The line here is very important. Again, the inside curb, very, very unforgiving. Bite too much of it and you find yourself in the sand pit over there where Logan Sargent found himself in 2024 Grand Prix. 4th gear, good line. Keep the line, accelerating, and here we go. Send it under the underpass. Now, coming to the hairpin. Some people like the more traditional hairpin entry-exit philosophy. Start wide, go to the inside apex, and then as you leave, you're going to leave wide again. You can do it a little bit towards the middle to carry more speed. Especially in the hot laps when speed is everything. You're not really worried about protecting if anybody's going to pass you or not. You can go towards the middle of the turn to carry more speed. I kind of had a blend of the two. I guess I was more on the traditional side entering, but whatever you do, focus on a good exit because the next section is a long sweeping right, which is flat out, which more or less it can be counted as a straight. So full send down the straight, coming into the spoon. This curb on the left, pretty forgiving. More of a throttle control, light braking here as you're setting yourself up because the turn tightens to the left and it starts going downhill from here. So as you're entering. Again, notice I could be tighter to the apex, to the curb. This one's pretty unforgiving, at least in the game. So conservative approach on my part, but still got a good exit, and that's what you need to focus on, because from here on is flat out all the way to the last chicane. Flat out, full send, go to the right a little bit. This turn right here, no need to brake, no need to downshift, no need to let off. If you hit the line correctly, you can pass it flat out. Enter, clip the curb, exit, you're staying on there. Full on. Now, the chicane, golden rule of chicane, don't look for the speed at the entry, because you have right and left. Look for the speed on the exit, which will reward you, especially having the long straight like you do on Suzuka. So entry, slow down, a little bit of a curb, set myself up to rotate the car to the left, and then rotating left, notice this curb is much more forgiving, and I bit off quite a bit of it to open up the corner. So again, be mindful of track limits. This one is pretty forgiving. And then send out. Once you get out, you notice car wobbled a little bit. Just be patient on the throttle. If you put too much too fast, you will knock the rears and you're going to lose traction. You might spin out, lose some time. Patience, stay on the inside, flat out. You see a little wobble there that I had. I got a little impatient, but I don't think it cost me too much. And back to the RS zone and over the line. That's it. That's the lap around Suzuka. Well, there's only one thing left to do. I promised you a car setup, and here it is. I hope it helps you improve your time around Suzuka, and if it did, let me know in the comments. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you all next time.